Hi, this is Abdul Aziz with my today's commentary on some news channels. So we start from CNN, and the main news is about Australia for some immigrants who are put in confinement because of immigration laws. And even though they are living in almost five-star hotels, but they are fully confined inside the hotel. So they cannot go anywhere. And these are the people who were coming to Australia on as a refugee, and they were initially they were caught on the border islands or in countries like Papua New Guinea or somewhere else, and they were confined there. But because of the situation, they were then shifted to the main city. Like for example, this hotel is in Melbourne, but the hotel is made like a prison, so they are now making noise. They are hanging big banners that why we are held here. So nowadays, all of these things like immigrants, the blacks, the browns, they are making headlines. So which is kind of a good sign. A tech CEO quits after 2 billion gone missing. So this happens. I mean, for some people, 2 billion is not something. I mean, they miss $2 billion, and this is also from the same hotel. This is a family which is confined. So it's a finance company, and in the audit, it was find out that $2 billion are missing, and the CEO he quits uh, so that it can be properly audited. He should not come in the should not become impediment in the process. So let's see. It's strange. I mean, $2 billion gone missing, and the CEO doesn't know that where has the money gone. So the lawyer who is investigating some of the Trump ADs, he was announced that he's quitting, and when he learned it, he said that no, I'm not quitting. So Berman says that the Justice Department press release is not what he thinks of. So let's see. It means that the thing for Trump are getting difficult more and more. But as I told you, that the guy is very stubborn. He don't cares a lot. So China, India. Let's see what happens. I mean, China is playing in his own style, because initially India says that some soldiers are being captivated by China. So China returned the soldiers, and they say that we don't have the soldiers, we have the full valley now. So they have given a kind of indication that for them, taking 10 or 20 soldiers is not the main thing. They want the valley, and they have got the valley now. So India should keep out of it. So let's see. India is making, there are a lot of protests within India, and Modi is also saying something, but not very loud. So Pence refuses to say Black Lives Matter. So the lawmakers or the people who has powers, they even don't want to say, or they don't want to even speak the sentence. I mean, I don't know what is wrong in saying this. he could say it in his own words. He could say that black and white, all lives matter, or whatever. I mean, but he simply refuses. So I mean, they cannot just even say these words. For us, these are very small words, but maybe for them, these are maybe very big words. So they are planning to make an air shield kind of thing, that there should be air flowing, and that air should stop anything passing from here. I mean, like for example, this person and between these two persons, there should be a kind of an air curtain, and that air curtain should not let any else thing pass from here. So it needs to be very thoroughly checked that whether it will be able to stop something of size of a virus. So Malala finishes Oxford University, says it's time for Netflix, reading and sleep. So this is one big Nobel laureate I have seen in my whole life, for whom Netflix and sleeping are more important than anything else in this world. Maybe she has been studying too hard, but I mean, studying too hard does not mean that you need to take a big you need to take a very big rest. Sorry, not risk. You need to take a very big rest. I mean, you are a Nobel laureate, that the world is going through a lot of issues. So you must tell the people how they should react, because this is generally what Nobel laureates have been doing, what we know of. For example, she should go and tell India and China that they should not fight with each other. It's, I think, more important than her going into sleep. But because she's a very controversial woman in Pakistan, so I think that she should, the place that she has been put needs much more passion and much more restlessness. A person who needs more rest than normal people should not be put on these kind of places. French climber dies at the age of 16. Very bad. So let's go to BBC. BBC also started with Bremen, who says that he's not going to step down. And why is this Nordic nation so honest? They are talking about Finland. Personally, I don't agree with this. Finland is a very good country. The people are very honest. That's right. But everyone has some things. So Finnish people also has some problems of their own. So for a general understanding or for general day-to-day thing, they are very good. But on corporate level, these people are also the same. Like all the multinational companies, they can do anything to keep their brands on the higher level, even if it is not good for some poor countries. So let's go further. And electric plane flies. Wuhan, after lockdown, Wuhan opens the lockdown and the world is in the chaos, not coming out of it. So these people are cutting hairs with full protection. No, no, getting your hair cut is that important that you are going to take all kind of risks. Here in Urdu it says that China says, as per BBC, China says, we don't have any Indian soldier, we have the whole valley with us. So let's go to China. So China supermarket in Beijing makes efforts to guarantee stable food because the biggest wholesale market was sealed. So New York hold rallies. So China is more concerned about John Hopkins University cases in New York and these kind of places like Egypt. They are not more, they are opening things in Beijing where they are having regular new cases on daily basis. But in the news, they are showing that they are fine. The problem is in New York and Egypt and other areas of the world because they still think that they will control it as they have controlled in Wuhan. So let's see. I have no bad wishes for China, but they are getting daily cases, and the number is also significant 20, 25, around 30 on the daily basis. So this is Pamir Plateau, and this is Budapest, Hungary. So China is saying that why US is interfering in Chinese problems, why they are talking about Xinjiang and Chinese areas. They should not interfere in the internal matters of China. China should do whatever he wants to do with its citizens. Same, they are saying that we can kill our citizens and you can kill your citizens. Why you are interfering in our problems? So India is boycotting China, and as we talked yesterday as well, that this boycott is even this boycott is supported by Chinese companies because you cannot, even if you are in a country like, even in any country of the world, so if you want to boycott China, you need a lot of help from China to boycott it. So it's not easy. So Egypt calls UN to intervene after the Nile Dam is going to be ready soon by Ethiopia. Brazil passes 1 million cases. So Brazil and US, they have 2 million cases of around 5 million cases in the whole world. So they are ahead of everything. So in Mali also protests are going on. They want the premier to resign, and clashes between Yemen government forces and separatists in Yemen. Things are still bad. This corona and these kind of thing, even these were not able to contain these problems of Middle East and Yemen and Kashmir and these areas, which is very bad, I think. Even in this kind of pandemic, the countries should think about these smaller, or not smaller, but the humanitarian problems. Even the whole world is under humanitarian issues, and because of this pandemic, and they are not letting some of the people enjoy life like everyone else should enjoy. So civil rights isn't over, and things are still not good for Black Wilson's Trump's visit evoked painful legacy of 1921 massacre. So lawmakers are saying that EU should take China to UN court over Hong Kong. Let's see. I don't think that EU is that powerful that it will take China to anywhere. I told in what I feel is that China has a very good strategy of uh, they give and take with everyone. They know their touch points very well, and they have a very constant and very aggressive uh, touch. Like for example, they have we discussed yesterday and day before that as well. That for example, they have got two Canadians and one Australian. They have their own way of doing things, which is not the normal way, but they know. I mean, they know how to do it. So COVID-19 cases going very fast, reaching now almost 9 million very soon. So I will say that it's a bad time for all of us. So apart from that, Wall Street week ahead, healthcare to get growth bump. So healthcare should have some growth because a lot of money is going towards healthcare. But other things are also important, and let's see. So Tesla will postpone annual shareholder meeting. Maybe he has earned very good money, so he don't want to share the money with other people. He has sell his Bel house to a Chinese billionaire also, so he get more money as well. He already has got a lot of money by sending some of the space rockets in the International Space Station. So apart from that, Trudeau is disappointed as China has got two Canadians. So the problem is not disappointing. Problem is you should just do what China is asking you to do. This is how China works. So a lawyer has refused to step down. This is, you can say, the main news because and also I will say that this one, Pence refuses to say Black Lives Matter. So things are getting tough for Trump, but Trump is also not ready to take heed of it. He wants to win the election in any way possible for him. So see you tomorrow.